Hey, it's Whitney from EcoVeganGal.com and welcome back to What a Vegan Eats. Today I want to share this super simple meal idea that I have been gobbling up. I don't know, I can't get enough of it, so let me show you. It's split pea soup in a bag, but it's dried split pea soup. So all you have to do is add it to water and you've got soup. For some reason, I have this mad split pea soup obsession. I don't know if it was this specifically. I bought this a few weeks ago, and now I want to have this all the time. This runs for about $3. I found it at Whole Foods, and I found it at multiple smaller local natural markets in Los Angeles. And it's pretty funny, actually. If you go on their website, they have a ton of products, but their website is so old school. You can still order it online. I'll put a link down below for information on ordering it, but I highly recommend it because it makes about 2 servings of soup. It's completely natural. There's no MSG. It's gluten-free, it's kosher, there's no preservatives, anything, and it's just super basic. It's just pre-cooked green split peas, carrots, sea salt, onions, garlic, spices, and herbs. And I love it. There's no oil in it, which is really nice, and the sodium content, I don't actually know. It says it has 214 milligrams, and there are technically 4 servings in here. Maybe that's a lot if you end up eating 2 servings. I don't know. I don't know much about sodium. Maybe you guys can enlighten me. But it doesn't taste too salty. It tastes pretty flavorful, and there's no yeast extract in there, and like I said, no MSG. So it's nice. You know, for me, this time of year, even though it's still pretty warm, obviously I don't need to wear long sleeves quite yet in Los Angeles, but the change in season just makes me want to have soup, so I've just been on the lookout for it. And I'll go to natural markets. Sometimes they'll have freshly made soup there, but their ingredient lists can be really, really long. And freshly made soup can be pretty pricey, especially at the natural markets like Whole Foods and some of the others in Los Angeles. And then there's the option of getting soups that are in the refrigerated section, but again, a lot of those aren't so clean. For example, I was going to get one from Whole Foods last night, but it had canola oil in it, and it wasn't organic, and I just felt kind of like unsure about it. And then there's the canned soups, and generally those can be pretty clean. You can find great organic vegan options, and they can, look good, but they're sitting in a can, liquid sitting in a can. Even if they're BPA free, there's part of me that just feels weird about it. Then sometimes there are frozen soups that you can find, right? But those aren't very common yet. I've started to see them in some natural markets, but I can't remember where or when that was. So I hope more frozen soups come onto the market that are really healthy and organic and all natural and all of that. There is, of course, the obvious option of making it completely your own from scratch, but if you're on a time crunch, like I've been lately, and I've just like suddenly had these mad cravings for soup, that's where this came into play. So that's why I fell in love with it and wanted to tell you guys about it. What's cool about this too is that you can just make it as is, just literally hot water. This would be a really good thing to like bring up to work or bring while you're traveling, because you can get hot water pretty much anywhere, and then you've got soup. And this is actually a resealable bag, so you can make yourself like mini cups of soup or have it as a side dish or something like that. But what I like to do is follow the tasty tip on the back of it, which says you can add carrots, onions, and frozen peas to water and bring it to a boil, and then add the soup mix in. So that's what I did right here. Can't really see it that well, but there are peas and carrots in here. And so now I'm just going to open this up and combine. And it's amazing. This goes really fast. Within a few minutes, you have soup. It's like kind of all, here, let me show you. It's like all like flaky right there, but we're gonna stir it up. Got this impromptu demonstration right here. Ta-da. What is it? What is your soup obsession if you have one? Do you like raw soups? Do you like a specific type of cooked soup? Do you like to make your own? Is there a brand that you've been buying a lot? So this is what it looks like now. And it's going to boil up. I like to keep it more at a simmer, and you just keep stirring it until it gets to the desired consistency, and it all looks like it's going to be good. It'll thicken up a little bit. I like to add a little bit more water than the package calls for so I can thin it out a little and enjoy more soup. I'm really that into split pea. I don't know. It brings up these memories of my dad making split pea when I was younger. But I definitely need to start making it my own because obviously I want to reduce packaging. And the cool thing is you can make a soup like this entirely from scratch if you planned it out. So you can get the beans in bulk and you can get all the vegetables in, obviously in bulk without any packaging. And when it comes to things like veggie broth, that's something that I've mentioned that I really want to learn to make myself. And I believe you can make a veggie broth just from like scraps like that you would normally compost. I don't know, I haven't felt that motivated to make it yet. Okay, I'm going to try to, because there is part of me that feels a little guilty. And this soup is not organic, and I prefer to have organic foods all the time. So, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I could like make a huge batch and freeze it. That would be a very good idea, because it really can't be that hard. It's just the veggie broth angle of it and the planning. The question here, though, is when you're going to freeze it, what do you freeze it in that's not plastic? Because I feel like if you're putting hot soup into a plastic container, not so good, even if it's BPA free. But I don't know what else to put in the freezer because I don't think stainless steel would freeze very well. It's not really meant to, and I don't think most glassware is. But I don't know. Maybe you guys have some suggestions. One person suggested that I put it in like a biodegradable bag made from like corn or something, but I don't know how well that would hold up. Kind of at a standstill here, because I don't think that I have time or the desire to make fresh soup as consistently as I want to eat it. It's a conundrum. But the nice thing is you have inexpensive options. I make more soup here than it would cost to get it fresh from the store. I have control over the ingredients. It's convenient. I want to hear what you guys think. Would you try something like this? And again, tell me what your favorite soups are. Where do you get your soup? Do you make your soups? Do you have a favorite restaurant with good soups? That's the other thing. I don't know where to go in Los Angeles for really good soup. There's one place. It's a Japanese restaurant in Venice that has the most incredible vegan soup I've ever had at a restaurant. Actually, I take that back. Crossroads, the fancy vegan restaurant here in town, has fantastic soup, but it's expensive and you have to get dressed up to go there. So not really the best option. Last night I was on this hunt and I was calling around all these vegan restaurants. Really all I wanted was split pea soup, and that's what I ended up getting. But it's interesting. I was thinking that it would be really cool if there was like a soup store. There are soup delivery programs out there. There's this one called Soupalina, delivers amazing organic vegan soups in Los Angeles, and I'm sure they have them in many areas. I don't know what it is about soup. I'm obsessing over it, clearly. So I want to hear anything you have to say about soup. Do you like soup? Do you make your own soups? What are your favorite soups, your recipes, your resources, your brands, your restaurants? All of that. Talk soup with me. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.